So this is a songwriter block, songwriter round. What that means is that everything you hear is original, written by the person who's performing it. So if you want to sing along, you have to follow these guys a lot, so learn their songs. If we're not going to do Proud Mary or anything like that. Not that we don't like it, so we didn't write it, that's all.
I forget my words, so if you can go, you'll be right there with
Yeah, you can do that. That's good. So, thanks for coming. We really appreciate it. I want to introduce you to Charlie Mosbrook and Alex Bevan. I can't believe I have both of them on this on the stage at the same time. This is fantastic. Really
There's room for everybody.
yeah, that's why I'm here. So, all right, with that, Charlie, you want to start us off?
Sure. Do I have signal here?
There.
It's a little pure tone. I'm just going to start with the train song because it's Sunday morning and that's how I get going in the morning. In fact, Alex over here and I are planning a little train trip as soon as in February. This is a route called the California Zephyr. And it won't be long. Well, I heard her say, well, as we waited at the station in the early hours of the day, and just like a song, with an old familiar melody, well, number 5 will soon arrive and we'll all be on our way. At 7:15 the train is pulling in. It's right on time, so let the journey begin. Aboard the Zephyr out of Denver and on through to Emeryville. Overhead, guitars are safely stored. Conductor shouts with everybody on board. For the Zephyr out of Denver and on through to Emeryville. And over the mountains and canyons and empty old towns. Dining in the desert while the sun is sinking down. Welcome the night time. We sped across the Bonnyville Flats with a pint of whiskey shared that we carried in a stainless steel flask. And I tried to write, but I guess my day is done, because it's hard to stay awake when you listen to them steel rails hum. And making up time lost to the day, with no more climbs beyond the Great Salt Lake. Aboard the Zephyr out of Denver and on through to Emeryville. Making up time lost to the day, with no more climbs beyond the Great Salt Lake. Aboard the Zephyr out of Denver and on through to Emeryville. Over the mountains and canyons and empty old towns, and up around the Niners Summit. This train gets slowing down behind a freight train. We're losing time across the Golden State. I guess it's never quite as simple as you think that it's gonna be. And as the sun began fade, we looked out on the San Francisco Bay. On the Zephyr out of Denver, we were pulling into Emeryville.
Your turn.
Thank you.
Well, it's only fitting to follow a train song with a cowboy song. I'm pretty lucky that I have friends who are of a literary mind. There's a fellow by the name of Doug Ungers out where I live. He's a pretty interesting guy, and he came up to me and he handed me a book of cowboy poetry. I had written a song called One Good Summer, which is what I'm going to play next. And my philosophy on that was, we could solve world peace by just gathering around a campfire, singing cowboy songs. Kumbaya would fall in there somewhere. But, so he gave me this book of cowboy poetry, and I started reading it in the dentist's office, and I couldn't put it down for the longest time. I did eventually leave the dentist's office by virtue of the fact that I'm here, but anyway, so saddle on up, and I'll shut up and play. Midnight branches and budding leaves, orange flags above the trees. You just guide wheels through the sky. This old ancient samurai, diamond jewels on his belt, a starry blade charcoal felt. Won't be seeing him again till we all meet up at the end of one good summer. One good summer, one good summer. Ooh. All the ponies gather round this old mare where she winding down. The fillies and the foals touch her gently. They go nose to nose, not as close as if to say, well, everything gonna be okay. It's a watercolor dream, standing still there, fill the scene. One good summer, one good summer, one good summer. Ooh. We set our delicate ropes with words, throw our looks in practice curves. The campfire's burning strong, all the good folks sing along. Whoopie-tie, oh my love, well, there's a silver moon above. Whoopie-tie, my friend, the cottonwood comes drifting in on the wind.
good yodeling. Seriously, wow. That blew me away.
Well, you know, yeah, yodeling is a cool thing. I learned to yodel primarily on the beaches of Cape May, New Jersey in about 1971. And then when I got back to Cleveland at one point, I decided to yodel in an elevator, and that didn't work out so well. But, thank you, Rick.
Really nice. Cape May, that's a great place, isn't it?
Oh, boy.
Gosh, I love that.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Ice cream, beer, and waves.
Yep. And at that time, the last time I was there were no Starbucks, there were no McDonald's, nothing. They were all independent stores, restaurants. It was fantastic. Loved it.
I played at a place called the Ugly Mug Bar, which is still there. It's still there, and stayed in an old Victorian hotel called the Carroll Villa Hotel, and you had to share a bathroom with everybody else on the floor, and they had like these little rooms on. It was a fourth floor walk up, and I was a younger man. It was at Cape May, New Jersey. I think it was on Jackson Street. Yeah, and I think it's still there too. It hasn't been swallowed up by the huge hotels. All right, your turn.
All right, my turn. So a train song, a cowboy song. So I guess the next thing is to do a song growing up.
Song what?
Growing up.
Okay.
Does that? Well, whatever. That's what we're gonna do. I have a cold beginning of the week, so I'm doing my Leon Redbone impression today. So I apologize for that. But this song I wrote back in 2014 on a weekend, and I was going to an open mic that Charlie ran at Phoenix coffee shop in Coventry that night, that Monday night, and I wanted to play that song. And my wife said, "You know something? A lot of words to that song. You probably shouldn't play that song. You should probably wait. You know, just kind of hang out and try that and practice it for a couple of weeks and then do it." I said, "Nah, I got the words in front of me. I'll be fine." I got halfway through the song, and it exploded. It was a train wreck. And like the Cowboys are right there, and it was just amazing. And the funny thing is, the name of the song is Consequence, and it's how I learned. And apparently, I didn't. So. When I was just a little kid, I climbed up, jumped right off anything at least 5 foot tall. My aunt told me, "Stop acting lame. Listen, heed my words before you go and take a nasty fall." Despite what my sweet aunt said, I climbed up on that wall just to see if I could fly. I closed my eyes and held my breath, and into the sky I leapt. Nearly broke my neck. To do the things you want to do, that's what my dear old mama said to me. Why waste my words telling you what you should and should not do? You won't listen to me anyway. And I grew up, I married a young maid. Oh, so fine, live together, happy as can be. She told me not to cheat on her, she'd listen, heed my words, mister, don't ever test me. Despite what my sweetheart said, I found myself in another bed. It's got the best of me. She caught me that same day, took all my money, all my pay. Now I got no one to comfort me. Tell me what I can and cannot do. For I won't be listening to you. Now that I am middle-aged, much wiser, all my years, I know a thing or two. Learned many things the hard way. Broken hearts and dues I pay. Lots of people try telling me what to do. I will say I still seem to go astray. At my age you'd think I'd get a clue. Well, all that pain and all that sorrow, I'll come tomorrow. Still won't be listening to you. But too tough for consequence to do the things you're supposed to do. That's what my dear old mama said to me. Why waste my words telling you what you should and should not do? You won't listen to me anyway. That's what my dear old mama used to say. Thank you.
You got all the lyrics that time.
Oh, most of them.
Well done.
Give him a little more guitar.
One more guitar?
I'm going to play something I listened about a year ago. I don't know what I wrote it about, but maybe you'll get an idea. You're a fool, he said. Nothing is real, is what he could be. And nothing is promised, and nothing is written in stone. You know they change the rules if they think you got some meat on the bone. I don't understand the spell that we are under, the absurdity that seems obvious to me. But considering the weather, I pray for better days for you and me. Death and madness, fools, cowards, and crooks, the outgoing boss, he tried to cook all the books. Well, back to business as usual, but it ain't like it used to be. A little more predictable in the strange reality. I don't understand the spell that we are under, the absurdity it seems obvious to see. But considering the weather, I pray for better days for you and me. And considering the weather, I pray for better days for you and me. A little too close, too much for just one man. Could have gone another way if he had a better plan. He ain't really gone, no, he's looking for another chance, another opportunity to bring you song and dance. I don't understand the spell that we are under, the absurdity, it seems obvious to me. And considering the weather, I pray for better days for you and me. And considering the weather, I pray for better days for you and me. This is an interesting setup because now there's an audience right here. Hello, I haven't really acknowledged you much. There's you, and there are these fellas. So my neck is on a big swivel, and I got some hardware back here. So pardon me if I'm not swiveling as quickly as I'd like to.
Gonna take his bones right down to the river. I sit on a bank and watch the sun go down. I got a huckleberry heart and soul of a drifter. Keep a gambler's eye for where the deals go down. Lord, his barges, they push down to New Orleans. Yes, and Memphis just dreams of distant times. See a line of gold and a sight to behold, another skipstone throat, and I've been feeling fine. It was me and Wild Wild Billy. I hope you know what I'm talking about. Just a father and a son on a 6-day run, and a full moon rose as he began to shout, "Look! Frogs hopping in the middle of the road." Why they do that, Papa? I just can't say, but I remember the place, I remember the time, I remember, I wish I was there today. There's some magic about the Mississippi. Oh Lord, I love the way that word just falls off my tongue. The Mississippi breeze, the Mississippi dreams, the Mississippi dances, and the Mississippi run. Oh, shucks. Got a piece of my soul right down in that river. Come on, take a little pull off my old fruit jar. Sliding into home between now and forever. Just a kicking off a lick with a 6-string guitar. Keep the money, all I want is love. Like when my baby holds me, she calls my name. And it might sound funny when it's all said and done. There's only one medicine to ease my pain. I'll take these bones right down to the river. I sit on a bank and watch the sun go down. I got huckleberry heart and soul of a drifter. I keep a gambler's eye for where the deals go down. I keep a gambler's eye for where the deals go down. I keep a gambler's eye for where the deals go down.
So this next song, I always ask people if they've ever had the experience that this song's about. And it's about walking into a place, a store, a party, a gas station, whatever, and there's somebody there that just catches your eye and you have an immediate connection. It's just like, wow, you don't know who the person is. You may never see them again. It's funny, because if people are by themselves, they go, oh yeah, that happens. If you're with your husband or wife, everybody goes, no, that never happened. No, not at all. No. It's called Girl, I Love You, Don't Even Know Your Name. Went to the party, it was having fun. Plenty of laughter, plenty of rum. Did any better than this? And out of nowhere I saw you standing, looking so pretty, looking abandoned. Girl, I love you, don't even know your name. Cupid's arrow pierces your heart, and nothing you can do with it hits its spot. The life in the fast lane came to an end. Don't try to fight or give it up, my friend. Oh, my life was happy, I was getting along. Had no idea I'd be singing this song. Girl, I love you, don't even know your name. Cupid's arrow pierces your heart. There ain't nothing you can do if it hits its spot. Life in the fast lane came to an end. Don't try to fight or give it up, my friend. Oh, my life was happy, I was getting along. Had no idea I was singing this song. Girl, I love you, don't even know your name. When Cupid's arrow pierces your heart, there ain't nothing you can do if it hits its spot. Life in the fast lane came to an end. Don't try to fight or give it up, my friend. Oh, my life was happy, I was getting along. Had no idea I'd be singing this song. Girl, I love you, don't even know your name. Girl, I love you, don't even know your name.
Another one, I'm not sure what it's about. I'll let you determine that. I'll tell you, it was my mom's favorite song. She asked me to sing this at her memorial, which I did. I like to think that she liked, the song's called Up Among the Stars, and my mom was always a big sci-fi fan. Always paperbacks all over the house. I think there's probably boxes and boxes and Max backs that came out of her collection. She could speak Vulcan. At least that's the memory I cling on to. get the dance. Like the laundry on the line, she swayed as she waited for her chance. And up among the stars, she thought that this would be her chance to shine as bright as she had ever shown. Up among them, like a billion points of light, some light dim, some burn bright, far away across the Milky Way. Burn on forever, so it seems, and some light flashes in our dreams fade away while we are just getting started. Among the stars, we hope that we would be spinning aloft forever. Together we are love among them, like a billion points of light. Some are dim, some burn bright, far away across the Milky Way. Burn on forever, so it seems, and some are flashes in our dreams fade away while we are just getting started. She built her dreams up to believe that the scene inside her mind was true. So much so that she did not need someone to see her through. And up among the stars, across the galaxy, she left this world behind her, never to return. But like a billion points of light, some are dim, some burn bright, far away across the Milky Way. Burn on forever, so it seems, and some are flashes in our dreams fade away while we are just getting started. The coffee's quite good.
Yeah, I got a brand new film pick. I don't know if it knows this song yet. It didn't show for rehearsal. So who mentioned you mentioned the Phoenix Coffee House?
Yeah.
Yeah. So last time I was there, it was sometime around the COVID area, the beginning of the COVID era. I met David Smeltz there for a cup of coffee. And we sat in those big wooden chairs outside, and we watched people walking up and down the street, and we looked at Heights Hardware. We decided the only thing on Coventry Road that hadn't changed was Heights Hardware.
That's about it.
Maybe the cemetery, but there's always an influx there.
There's still some old rolls on top of the menu at Brown.
Oh, yeah. Although, Grum's is, there's a story about Vince Gill and Grum's. Vince Gill's band was playing at the ice arena, the Wolstein Center. They were for a March of Diamonds benefit or something, and the guitar player is a fellow named John Hobbs. And John had heard a lot about Grum's from various people like Holly Gleason and myself, and he wanted the Grum's. So we, in the middle of a snowstorm, we went to Grum's, and we took, Grum's for the band. So here's like this band that has all this elegant catering, and what are they smacking down on? Tuna Grum's. So, but I probably should mention that the food here at Pistone is, I know, Pistone's is actually some of the very best stuff, and the cookies And the pastries are well loved. You have something to say, Mr. John?
That tuna, that's not the most popular thing in
No, it's the grum. It's the grum, or the hot grum, yeah. We took like there was some people who didn't want meat, so we took, we didn't think to get a vegetable grum. And I think that actually when this happened, the word vegan had not even been invented. It was... Anyway, so before I got off on that tangent, this is a song that every time I play it, I think of David Smelts for some reason. Good morning, little ray of sunshine on my floor. Good morning, little ray of sunshine on my floor. You seem to move so slowly, what's this thing you're looking for? I'd be a place for you to rest on my back porch. There's a little pool of water by the wall. There's a little pool of water by the wall. Saddest part of last night's rain that found a place to fall. Trying to kiss the sky's reflection, that was all. Oh honey, hang your head, close your eyes. Better days are coming by and by. Somewhere in the distance the wild geese fly. Hang your head right down and cry. There's no room here for darkness and doubt. There's no room here for darkness and doubt. Pack up all your sorrows, you won't need them hanging about. Heartaches, worrisome welcomes all worn out. Oh honey, hang your head, close your eyes. Better days were coming by, and a lovely day will dawn filled with watermelon skies. Let me see that smile hide behind your sides. Honey, let your tangle blues just fade away. Honey, let them tangle blues fade away. You heard in the old songs, like the other people say, how the sun gonna shine on your back door one day. Give me Papa Dave. Good morning, a little ray of sunshine on my floor. Good morning, little ray of sunshine on my floor. You seem to move so slowly. What's that thing you're looking for? Might be a place for you to rest on his back porch. Might be a place for you to rest on his back porch. Might be a place for you to rest.
I can play that guitar.
I think the only thing that can make that song any better is if you yodel in the middle of That's it. Otherwise,
I'll throw a yodel
perfect
in next
song.
time.
All right, since I sang that last song, Girl, I Love You, I thought maybe I should sing this next song called Portrait of You. This is one I wrote for my wife, Colleen. So. If I could paint your portrait, colors be hard to choose. If I could paint your portrait, on a canvas of love for you. Quiet cove at dawn, sun burning through the mist, shadows of light at that moment I'd use for your tender kiss. If I could paint your portrait, colors be hard to choose. I could paint your portrait on a canvas of love for you, to capture the glow of your soul, the beauty that brightens each day. Take God holding my hand to guide each stroke that I make. Your smile so gentle, bliss me when I'm blue. Da Vinci had his Mona Lisa, I think that I had you. If I could paint your portrait, colors be hard to choose. If I could paint your portrait, be on a canvas of love for you. Capture the stars in your eyes that sparkle and never fade. Take God holding my hand to guide each stroke that I made. Your soft hands caress, lift my worries and fears. How do I paint the comfort you've given me all of these years? If I could paint your portrait, colors be hard to choose. If I could paint your portrait, be on a canvas of love for you. If I could paint your portrait, be on a canvas of love for you. Thank you.
One for the socials here. There we go. All right. Did you flip it up?
No, I wasn't. I was raising my hand to go hi, but I realized I was, yeah. I might have like blocked Rick. Yeah, well. So let's talk at the same time.
I had coffee before I got here too. We'll put that on the socials and go around.
Rick, can you bring it down? Yeah,
This pick is a powerful. Yeah, that's good. So, I wrote this song a long time ago, probably 10 years ago or something, but lately it's become much more meaningful to me. The song's called Creepy, and when you sing it like this, and then I wear sunglasses when it's appropriate, I end up feeling really creepy all the time.
That's better than icky.
It is better than icky.
Yeah.
Anyway, the song is called Creepy. It's simple enough. And I like your smile, but I'm too shy to show you. And I'm a decent fella, but my cards I will not show. It's not my style, I'm Luther, kind of mellow. You ain't no fortune teller, so I guess I better let it go. And I am not as creepy as I feel right now. I wish I could say to you, that I like your smile, but I'm too shy to show you. So I will never tell you, and you will never know. It's funny how we all use our middle finger. We all have triggers that we struggle to conceal. Hidden deep beneath my protective expression is a silent confession that I will not reveal. I am not as creepy as I feel right now. I wish I could say to you that I like your smile, but I'm too shy to show you. So I will never tell you, and you will never know.
Start with a crash.
You might be creepy or just like me, or maybe I'm alone and I'm feeling. We'll never know, 'cause I will never talk, and I will likely look away and stare down at my shoes. And I'm not as creepy as I feel right now. I wish I could say to you that I like your smile, but I'm too shy to show you. So I will never tell you, you will never know. Thank you. Let me go back to my creepy look here. I don't know if Alex knew I was setting him up with a big decision.
A lot of food for thought there.
Entering into the world of high-risk tuning.
In the space in the middle of that old sidewalk, there was grace from a child with a chip of chalk. Only 4 letters were all she wrote. Just one word, that word was hope. Now the backstory's not hard to understand. Her daddy, he drives a delivery van. Mommy, she works, she prays for masks. It's not about give, it's all about ask. In the space in the middle of the old sidewalk, there is grace from a child with a chip of chalk. Only 4 letters were all she wrote. Just one word, that word was hope. Now if you don't get it, then I'll say it slow. It's not about the what or the who that you know. While political minds might position and fuss, it's not about them, it's all about us. In the space in the middle of the old sidewalk, there was grace from a child with a chip of chalk. Only 4 letters were all she wrote. Just one word, that word was hope. It's the old and the homeless, it's the shut-in crowd, the deplorables, adorables, and hey, you talk too loud. This wound, it'll heal, but it'll leave a scar. It's you, it's me, it's who we are. In the space in the middle of the old sidewalk, there was grace from a child with a chip of chalk, and only 4 letters were all she wrote. Just one word, that word was hope. Just one word, that word was hope. Just one word, that word was hope.
I was walking down the street one day, just past my house, and I saw a house being torn down. It was back kind of in the woods. And I just found it really, really sad. So I wrote this song, and I guess I wrote it for that house. There was an old house right down the street. Folks never noticed it was there. Hid by the tree in a sorry state of sad repair. One day I walked on by while out on a stroll, saw this wall being torn down. Saw her shutters, her windows and gutters, and then I heard the strangest sound. The house softly cried, why me, Lord, why me? What did I do to deserve this? I kept my family's warm and safe from the cold for near 100 long years. I stood up to the wind when the storms ripped through here, sheltering all that lay within. I made them a home from my wood and my stone, haven I always be. That old house recalled the kids through the years, grew up so smart and tall. There were 12 loud boys, 9 pretty girls, that played and laughed in her halls. They struggled with their fears, made plans for the years when they move out and live on their own. She watched them come and go, no matter where they roam. She knew she'd always be their home. I softly cried, why me, Lord, why me? What did I do to deserve this? I kept my family's war for near 100 years. Lord, how'd I come to this? The house softly cried, why me, Lord, why me? Thought I'd always be around. So many years I stood, protecting those I could, and now I'm just rubble on the ground. That old house made the strangest sound.
I usually do that 2 hours higher, or two.
If walls could talk, right?
The walls could talk, yeah.
Defer to the furniture.
I'm having a mind, I'm blocking things here.
Uh-oh.
So it's leading me in a different direction. And that's where I'm going to go. May as well.
Yeah.
The brain's telling you to go in a certain direction. So I'm going to take you to a hot summer day up in the Pennsylvania mountains. Lovely porch. A bunch of years ago, I went out there with the idea of songwriting retreat. I sat on this porch. I had my cup of coffee. It was early morning. It was mid-morning. I was fishing for a song, put out my line, and nothing was happening. And like a blinding light, the sun crested over the trees. Here was the song. I spent the rest of the day writing it. But I wasn't really working on it. It was just sort of verse by verse, happened periodically throughout the day. I've been blinded by the mid-morning sun as it rises up above the trees. The land burns away the fog from early morning rain, and it burns away these thoughts cloud my mind. And I can see it clearly now, and everything is right in front of me, like a red-tailed hawk as it glides above the trees. And I can see it clearly now, and as the light moves over me, it illuminates the world I've never seen. And you know that sun gets hot as it burns up in the sky, and we can all use a gentle summer breeze. So I'll pull my cap down low just above my eyes. Take shelter neath the soul of shady tree. And I can see clearly now, and everything is right in front of me. Well, like a red-tailed hawk as it glides above the tree. And I can see clearly now, and as the light moves over me, it illuminates a world I've never seen. And there are times when it is hard for us to see beyond these troubled times. And I believe that there's a place where we can be free from the struggles we all find. Soon the sun will fade beneath the evening sky, and the stars and the moon, they will all shine. And we can close our eyes and rest until the dawn, and in the morning we will all rise again. And I can see clearly now, and everything is right in front of me. A red-tailed hawk as it glides above the trees. And I can see clearly now, and as the light moves over me, it illuminates this world I've never seen. I can see clearly now, and I can see clearly now. And I've been blinded by the mid-morning sun.
Well, sticking with the nature theme, let me take you on a little trip to Alaska. Not so much as a customs and immigration inspection or anything like that. But, and if he's watching, Joe Ray Scrod, this is for you and your mom, Bets. Joe Ray is a singer-songwriter, music lover from Alaska, and he's literally from Alaska right now. He came down for Christmas to visit his mom, and COVID exploded so much he doesn't want to go back until the numbers go down. But when I was a younger man, I worked in the town of Cordova, Alaska, playing music under the auspices of, or under the disguise of being a part-time fisherman. And at the end of the summer, my buddies and me all went on a little river trip on the Copper River. And this is a 5-minute river trip. Here we go.
Copper River braids her way to the delta, and the flats beside Glacier blue and verdant slopes. Mountains raise their backs. $1 million bridge sprawls a span across the road. You can spend the day in the silt and spray, take the Copper River float. Where the rainbows hide inside the clouds, eagles swoop her low, and the salmon make a spawning run. Friends, that's the time to go. Seals lazing on the beach cast a curious eye at a float trip on a river now, and you go biting by. Wanna spend my days on the river. I wanna spend my nights out there too. I wanna spend my days on the river. You can come along if you choose. There are no straight lines to draw your eyes. Oh, there is no hand of man. Share in peace the fold and the crease. It forms and shapes our land. This is all God's land, all God's land. There are no straight lines to draw your eyes. Oh, there is no hand of man. Share in peace the fold and the crease it forms, and it shapes our land. This is all God's land, all God's land. So find a stream feel the rhythm ebb and flow where the raft tubes fall and rise. You take a paddle in your hand or watch the boatman row, climbing down the river over that copper river float. And I wanna spend my days on the river. I wanna spend my nights out there too. I wanna spend my days on the river. You can come along if you choose. If you choose.
One time I came back from Alaska and John offered to cook up some salmon, and you made a jalapeno chutney that to this day is like one of my favorite things to add to salmon. To this day. That was. Yeah.
You got some good songs there, you know that?
We are a team.
All right.
Just one guy playing the guitar there, too.
Yeah, yeah. And now I have to go. So in Pennsylvania, Alaska, we're going to go back down to Louisiana. Down Louisiana, I declare, in the day easy, ain't got no cares. In the cold when the sun goes down, pretty Cajun girls set up all around. Billy Gumbo, rice and beans, down Louisiana in New Orleans. Party on the street till way past time, then with the ghost of Marina Blue. Listen to those hot big blues, kids stand for cold rock, tops and shoes, down Louisiana, hear that drum lay down the line, strutting his stuff with his top down, stay walking sick in hand. Everybody's on the second line, wave your hands way up high, Creole King top of the band. Night falls hard like a voodoo storm, streetlights glow, yellow and green. Everywhere you look, down in New Orleans. They all go down on Bourbon Street, a trio on the corner singing Long Cherry. Listen to those Hollywood blues, kids dance for the style of cotton shoes, and the light that you fade down Louisiana in New Orleans. I hear that drum way down the block, Jackson Square, visit to the green Columbia, now Louisiana in my throat. And I'm trying to find the key there. Oh, man, that's not quite right. Oh, well, it's Louisiana. It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
I'm going to take us back about Louisiana. A couple of years ago, down in New Orleans, I saw you the night before I started writing the songs. We were down there for the Folk Alliance International Conference and took the train, the city of New Orleans. When I'm trying to describe you to people in Chicago, I always say, he's sort of our Goodman.
Yeah.
Except we still got him. So Steve Goodman wrote a song by the title of the train out of New Orleans. It's called The City of New Orleans. And that train line is inspiring. Takes you through a lot of history of music and people and all kinds of stuff. So I wrote this song, got back into Cleveland. The governor told us to lock the door, wash our hands, cover our face. The next stop is Memphis. There came a warning from the crew. Patiently she swayed with a suitcase in her hand. Slow in the tempo at St. Paul and Main, she exits at Central Station. She don't care about Graceland, no, she's here for the rain. In a silhouette in blue. Everybody is on board, and the conductor, he shuts the door. With a flam, a tap, and slowly back up to speed, the coaches roll. And like a street corner dancer up high on his toes, just a moment to rest between shows. 'Cause the crowd moves along when you're in between songs. A silhouette in blue. On the city of New Orleans, the dining car is closed. And just for the folks who ride, well, up in coach they won't heat tonight. And it's been raining since Jackson, I dreamed to refrain a song of abandoned campsites. When the juke joint is silent, my Stella won't hold its tune. In a silhouette in blue. But since we left Louisiana, there have been no more parades. But when the locomotive roars, it sounds like Buddy Bolin's horn. And now we're almost through Homestead. are no delays. There's no trouble reported this morning. Our arrival's on time on track number 9. In a silhouette in blue.
You know, you really captured that feeling there. I can like hear a muted trumpet in the background, and you know, it was such a wet weekend, or the whole week down in New Orleans. You know, I remember we went to get coffee and beignets between the hotel and there. I had to buy a whole new raincoat. Yeah, I better get into it. Somebody talk.
New raincoat. My wife warned me I should wear a raincoat today.
I tell a joke, but every time I do, I get in trouble. Always.
I learned a new joke this year.
Okay.
I learned.
This year.
They recently awarded a Nobel Prize to the man who created the knock-knock jokes.
Yeah?
Nobel Prize.
Nobel Prize.
Knock-knock. I think I mixed it up. I didn't.
No, I got that.
I'll learn it
That's
next
deep.
year.
That's deep.
Next year.
So this next song is kind of had a lot of coffee, and I've been thinking about that old song. I wish I had an apple hanging on a tree. Every time I send it past, you take a bite of me. Get along home. Get along home. Get along home, Cindy, Cindy. I'll marry you sometime. Can't you see the leaves of green waving in the wind? In Tuscany, they say they move that way. It's a kind of beckoning. These clouds, they come from somewhere else. They carry shapes and faces, sailing blue just how to reach their steam to distant places. She had a gift of wondrous song, a voice so high and clear, echoes that go on and never disappear. Some said she went to Knoxville town, others not that far. We only know how we miss you, love. Hope you're happy where you are. He looked for her all winter and he lost her in the fall. By spring his dream was too thin to defend. A love that strong and kind knows love is more than blind. He went running to the summertown again. He went running to that summertown again. Saying, get along home. Get along home, get along home, city girl, get along home. Somewhere near this interstate, there's a town they
used to be, where Rockwell met Picasso once upon a time to sketch out mysteries, where a lonely boy stands on the square about to make his stand. He's praying for the gift of love that one time filled his hand. And the only tools he carries are a fiddle and a bow. He's standing by his tip jar, playing long and deep and slow. It's like water from the mountains. It's for every aching thirst. But all the time he's playing one more time for the one who loved him first. He looked for her all winter and he lost her in the fall. By spring his dream was too thin to defend. A love that's strong and kind knows love is more than blind. He went running to that summer town again. He went running to the summer town again. Get along home, Cindy. Get along home, Sandy girl. Get along home. He looked for her all winter and he lost her in the fall. By spring his dream was too thin to defend. A love that's strong and kind knows his heart is more than blind. He went running to the summer town again. He went running to the summer town again.
Songs come to you. I'm sorry. So songs come to you various ways. And one night I was flying from Atlanta to Cleveland. I was trying to get some sleep. It was a long, hard day. And all of a sudden stories started coming to me. And then I realized there was a lady sitting next to me. She just wouldn't stop talking. She just had to tell me everything about her life.
I know her.
Yeah. It's like, oh, come on. Really.
C12A.
Yep, that's it. Yep, that's it. This is her story. So I got a song out of it, so I guess it wasn't too bad. 47 years old, the last 25 I've been. Mom to the kids, babe to my husband. God, I'm missing him. Kids are gone out on their own, living all around but here. They couldn't make it in this sorry old town, so they up and disappeared. Since the factories moved, there ain't much left around here. New dusty bars, 2 old schools, and a diner that closed last year. Just sitting alone at my kitchen table, staring out the door. If I don't wake up tomorrow morning, at least I won't live here no more. What do you do when your life is empty, no sunshine on the rise? How do you get up every morning knowing nothing's gonna turn out right? Courage comes to those who need it, got nothing left to lose. Sometimes you just gotta get up and move. The morning paper says the West is booming, high step jamboree. Pay is good and times are growing. nice place to be. But I'm thinking much about it without really knowing why. I sold my things, gassed up that Ford, and bid that old town goodbye. Heading west out old Route 50, more than a little scared. Across Kentucky, through Missouri, steered through my fears. Outside of Lincoln, Nebraska, an old feeling started to well. My pride came back to greet me like another ringing bell. What do you do when your life is empty, no sunshine on the rise? How do you get up every morning knowing nothing's gonna turn out right? Courage comes to those who need it, got nothing left to lose. Sometimes you just gotta get up and move. Well, it's been 3 years since I took the chance and left that one old town. I got a job and made new friends, pretty good how I'm getting along. I still think about tomorrow, but it don't get me down. I wake up each day with a smile on my face, loving my new hometown. What do you do when your life is empty, no sunshine on the rise? How do you get up every morning knowing nothing's gonna turn out right? Courage comes to those who need it, got nothing left to lose. Sometimes you just gotta get up and move. Sometimes you just gotta get up and move.
Probably unmute myself. How much more time do we have
Oh, I'm sorry, I was checking something. About 20 minutes.
here?
Couple more songs each.
I'll sing along one, and you know,
All
do
right.
our 6-minute.
What? I heard you say one that was like 40
40 minutes.
40 minutes long, like a 1,000-mile-long river.
Great song.
This is sort of it's a new one. It's the last song about my recent record. I used my pandemic days to create. There is a time when we all will, that we all can be together. Let the circle grow. There will be moments of shared songs and tears and laughter. And the days that will come after, like they were not long ago. And in the waning hours tempted, we gather too soon, as we dream of nights together, twirling under the moon. There will be signs as we emerge, expectations and foolish urges, and the joy of seeing you smile. Remains the grief, remains the tears that we have shed, and the isolated mourn. No hugs, no eulogy said, no toast was ever raised, no wakes or visiting hours. If we have it in our power, may we celebrate our dead. In the waning hours tempted, we gather too soon, as we dream of nights together, twirling under. There will be signs as we emerge, expectations and foolish urges, and the joy of seeing you smile. There is a time when we all will know that we all can be together. Let the circle grow. There will be moments of shared songs and tears and laughter, and the days that will come after, like they were not long ago. In the waning hours tempted, we gather too soon, as we dream of nights together, twirling under the moon. There will be signs as we emerge, expectations and foolish urges, and the joy of seeing you smile. Thank you.
That is such a pretty song. That's lovely.
She wasn't so sad and true.
As a rule, I don't use alcohol to help write songs. I use alcohol to learn songs. So a number of years ago, right about dawn, our old dog Tilly, and actually Tilly is worn out. Tilly is up in heaven, doggy heaven, rolling in something stinky, you know. But Tilly took off one morning, and so I was waiting for her to come back at the picnic table. And I decided that I might pick up my guitar and work on a song. I had writer's block, so I poured myself about 3 fingers of bourbon. A little trick John Mosey taught me. I've refined that process by adding ice to the bourbon. start of the song, immediately, it went like this. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. Eventually the dog came back, sat down expecting a treat. I was expecting a treat also. So I gave the dog a treat and I gave myself 3 more fingers of bourbon. I looked up and I saw in the upstairs bedroom the light come on. I knew my wife was getting up. I wanted to show her how far I'd gotten on this song. So I started singing in a fairly quiet and personal morning voice to that window. Hello, 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 hello. She came down and she admonished the dog for letting me give her too many treats. She told me I had treated myself quite well. I should go to bed and finish the song later. Which is what I did. Here's that song. Well, hello, morning star. I like it where you are. You're a gentle light, a kindly sight, not distant or too far. You're the chaser of the sun. You watch us wake and run. Between these lines of day and night we watch. The good things come, the good things come. Good things come, good things come. Hello, 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 hello. Well, hello, morning sky. You poured the colors in my eyes, filling in the framework of the sun. As up she rises to spread across the land. A warming hand in its honey, molten golden palette paint and plan. Paint and plan. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, hey. Hello, little dragonfly. Aren't you a hovering surprise? Right between the morning star and the slow sunrise, and you are caught in stopping time. It's like you, my love, I find. Your gentle thought that waits a moment, then continues flying, continues flying. Hello, hello, hello. All my good wishes go to you as morning flows. In the thought of these 3 images is like a smile that goes between these little rhymes to the one so sweet and fine. When this light finds joy for flight, gentle, kind design, kind design. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Well, hello, morning star. You know I like it where you are. You're a gentle light, a kindly sight, not distant or too far. You're the chaser of the sun. You watch us wake and run between these lines of day and night. We watch the good things come, the good things come.
There's an island down in the Caribbean called Little Cayman. It's about 50 or 60 miles north of Grand Cayman. There's nothing on the island except like 5 or 6 dive resorts. Not that they're bad, they're just, that's where you go scuba diving. I used to go to one. They probably go again. I've been there about 12, 15 times. It's called Pirates Point. It's owned by a lady from Tyler, Texas, Gladys. And she's a real character. The place is amazing. 10 cottages. The diving is fantastic. The food's amazing. She actually studied with Juliet Child. And she doesn't cook, but the chefs she hires are top notch. It's really a wonderful place. And so this song's about that. And about Gladys. Can't remember how it goes. She'd make you feel just like a king or a small child. Palm trees sway in the tropic breeze. She'll make a place where you can stay. Seaside port like nowhere else. A place where you can be yourself. Palm trees sway in the tropic breeze. She'll make a place where you can stay. Love the nights I spent with her, silver moon high in the sky, warm breeze blowing off the sea, waves kiss the shore, rock you to sleep. Love the time I spend with her in this island of palms and pearls, silver moon high in the sky, make a place where you can stay. Yellow rose of the Cayman Isles welcomes you with her Texas smile. Kind of loud but soft and sweet, she'll beckon you to stay a while. Now starfish dance below the sea, rays fly by quiet and free. Sunlight spits the surface speed, lights up a world so strange to see. Love the time I spent with her on this island of palms and pearls, silver moon high in the sky, make a place where you can stay. Yellow rose of Cayman Isles welcomes you with a Texas smile, kind of loud but soft and sweet, beckon you to stay a while. Thank you.
Yellow Rose of the Cayman Isles.
Hey, Rick, thank you for having us here.
Thank you for doing this. I'm so happy you did. This is wonderful.
And Alex, it's a joy to share a stage with you.
Yeah, good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
Thanks to John Pistone.
Thank you, John.
Yeah, thank you,
Oh, and
John.
Mike Miller, too. Mike
Yeah.
Miller's involved with this.
Yeah.
I was hoping to see him today, but 5 kids and Maria, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's Sunday morning.
Nobody's missing a Browns game today.
Missing Wilbert.
Well, thank you guys, too, out there in the interwebs.
Go ahead.
Oh, we're doing
We have
another
time
one?
for,
Okay.
well, you two could do one more each.
Okay.
John, can you get me a water, please?
Anyone else like water?
I think I'll be all right. Thank you.
Sparkling?
No, regular water,
You ain't fancy.
but expensive. Give me something expensive.
So this one's called Shining Through. It's a tune I wrote. My wife and I were both dealing with our own struggles, and the one thing that
we had for each other was love, patience. That's what this is about. And I know it's not the world you thought that it was gonna be. It's not always fair, it's not easy, believe me, I'm there. Well, and I wish that I could save you from the struggles and fears and all of these tears that you held back and carried through the years. And she said, it's alright, all got a work to do in the middle of loving that once we are through. I'm gonna hold you tightly and wrap you in these arms until the lights they come shining through. Sometimes the movie never ends, well, and you cannot find a friend. Well, and the winds are barely breezy, but change has stalled for you again. Well, and you cannot slow your mind, and the stillness never ends. Well, and your thoughts just keep on racing, but what you're chasing, it seems pretend. And she said, well, it's alright, all got a work to do, and in the middle of the night, once we are through, I'm gonna hold you tightly and wrap you in these arms until the lights they come shining through. And I know it's not the world you thought that it was gonna be. It's not always fair, it's not easy, believe me, I'm there. Well, and I wish that I could save you from these struggles and these fears and all of these tears that you held back and carried through the years. And she said, it's alright, 'cause we've all got a work to do, and in the middle of the night, once we are through, I'm gonna hold you tightly and wrap you in these arms until the light it goes shining through.
That's great.
So, preparing to come here today, I did something I normally don't do on a Sunday morning, which was shave. So to keep myself company, I usually have my iPad on. I was listening to public radio, and as every good guitar player should. They had an article in Greensburg, Indiana, which is where my mom's side of the family comes from. And I almost stopped shaving. Greensburg, Indiana is on public radio, and they're doing a whole little portrait of it. So this This is my portrait of Greensburg, Indiana. Wrote this song about and for my Uncle Charlie, who was a crew chief on in a B-17 bomber wing stationed in England in World War II. And near the end of the war, he told me he was always afraid that they would promote him from mechanic to tail gunner. But anyway, Uncle Charlie showed me all about Greensburg, Indiana and the surrounding hills when I was a kid.
See the windmills turning round. Can't catch the air now, she's spinning, spinning. Feel the wind on your skin so brown, touching your face like a new beginning. Sunset silhouette and working in the fields. The lights wink up in these prairie towns, and the blue, blue highways are over there, and all the sun eyes roll somewhere bound. The horses down on the farm toss her heads, the nicker and the prance. Look, there's a young'un behind the barn, teaching her brother how to dance. The dinosaur come back, rusted away. She worked through the weather and then expired. Out in the wheat where the tractors play is all the dust and the diesel and the working wire. The country's like that. This country's like that sometimes. Ain't this country like that? Concrete fingers reaching for the sky, bridges crossing these small divides, where hunger and lonely moan and cry from hollower places where they hide. A saxophone rings out a final tear, an E string breaks like a young girl's heart. Some stories live and die in fear, others ache for a place to start. The country's like that. This country's like that sometimes. This country's like that. Seemed to me like a drive-in movie, a flatland screen we can feel and touch. All of these actors, all of these plays, all these dreams we love so much. Somebody is doing a wedding dance, and somebody's worried, looking for work. And somebody's kneeling, holding a child, saying, tell me, baby, now and where does it hurt? All of these people, all of these colors, these threads that braid and blend. Sometimes the fabric tears, sometimes the fabric mends. The country's like that. This country's like that sometimes. Hate this country like that.
Thank you again for joining me.
Thank you.
Charlie Mosbrook, Alex Bevan, John Pistone, and someplace out there, Mike Miller.
Hi, Mike.
He's watching.
Thanks a lot.